Trump steps off Air Force One in Doha, the hot desert air shimmering round the runway, cameras flash, a full military honor guard lines up, and Qatari officials in crisp white robes wait with smiles and handshakes. It's not just a welcome, it's a statement. Limousines glide him through streets lined with flags, straight to a palace-style reception filled with gold accents, rare cuisine, and a schedule designed to flatter every ego. This was Qatar's way of speaking Trump's language: luxury, status, and personal respect. But behind the glitter, there was strategy. Just months earlier, Trump had publicly sided with Saudi Arabia and the UAE in a crisis that saw Qatar cut off from its Gulf neighbors. Food supplies were flown in, borders were sealed, and the tiny nation was in diplomatic survival mode. They needed a way to change the narrative fast. That's when the money began to flow. Multi-billion-dollar deals were signed for U.S. fighter jets and military equipment, with part of it announced as $12 billion in 2017. Qatari investment funds quietly pumped hundreds of millions into American real estate, tech firms, and infrastructure projects, around $400 million tied to ventures during Trump's term. In political commentary, these numbers were painted as gifts, even though they were technically business. But the message to Washington was clear: Qatar is a friend worth keeping. The shift was dramatic. Within a year, Trump's language about Qatar flipped from suspicion to praise, calling them a strategic partner and welcoming their emir to the White House with open arms. The red carpet treatment wasn't just in Doha, it followed to Washington, where Qatari officials secured photo ops, defense agreements, and a seat back at the regional table. For Qatar, the stakes were more than pride. Hosting the Udeid Air Base, the largest U.S. military installation in the Middle East, meant their national security was tied to American goodwill. The $400 million in deals and investments wasn't just business, it was insurance against isolation. And for Trump, the royal treatment and big money commitments were exactly the kind of diplomacy he liked best: a mix of spectacle, personal respect, and financial reward.